Hi, and welcome to my videos where I speak about cancer, and specifically breast cancer, and my journey as a cancer patient now in 2021 when there's a pandemic happening in the world. In this one video, I'm going to talk to you about finding out and all the doctors and what is going on and what happened during that time. On December 15, I went to an annual checkup with my GYN, Lisa Ng, here in Brooklyn, and she found a lump on the right side of my breast. This was not a lump that I have felt in the past, but now I do feel it all the time. I feel it, okay? Yeah, that lump and I were very friendly. But back then, before that, I don't remember feeling it. I don't remember, but of course, there was a pandemic as well, and life was happening. So she found the lump. She recommended immediately for me to go for a mammogram, and also she knew that I was going to have to go to a biopsy and all things. So this was December 15. On December 17, I did the mammogram with the ultrasound. During the ultrasound, doctors felt that, and the technician and the doctor felt that there was other masses that they wanted to double check for the biopsy. So there was 3 different spots that they wanted to check. The original lump, another one on the left side, and on the axillary, underneath my arms. They wanted to check the lymph nodes to make sure that it was cancer-free or not. Because it was a triple biopsy, they couldn't give me an appointment right away. So they gave me an appointment December 29th. So I spent the holidays thinking about I have a lump. What the heck? On December 24th, I went and picked up the reports for the mammogram. And in it, what I read was that there was a strong possibility, there was 95% possibility, the technician felt that it was cancer. So I was already prepared. I was it was shocking, but I was sort of like, oh, okay. This is what I'm going to be expected. This is where I'm going to have to be prepared myself to. So on the 29th, I had the biopsy. And then on January 4th, I had the phone call with my doctor where they said that I had cancer. They do not tell you, or at least they didn't tell me the stage or the type or anything like that. And you're going to say, yeah, but it's breast cancer. Well, there's different types of breast cancer. No, what I have is a triple negative stage 2 breast cancer. The biopsy showed that I only had a tumor in one spot and not on the other 2. So, yay. Yay, kudos me, only one. Instead of 3 spots, right? It could have been worse. This is good news. And the next step after the biopsy and it coming back is you meet with the surgeon. I met with the surgeon from Hospital Maimonides. She was amazing, great. I really liked her a lot. And during that meeting, her recommendation was for me to start chemotherapy because of the size of the tumor. So the tumor is 2 centimeters. At least that's what the ultrasound said. And because of it, what they want to do is reduce it with chemotherapy. And then after that, you have surgery. I will have surgery, either lumpectomy or mastectomy, depending on many things. And then I will have either radiation or chemotherapy, or I will be done. If I was cancer-free, I will be done. So after meeting with the surgeon, I was to meet with the oncologist. So this is part of your team. Is surgeons and oncologists. At that time, I decided to meet with the second set of doctors from another hospital. This is from Mount Sinai, because why not, right? This is a choice. We have choices. We meet with many people. They could tell me about a different treatment. Because my friend had gone through cancer, what she recommended was for me to go to her doctor. So I did. I met with her surgeon. Her surgeon recommended the same thing. And then I met with the oncologist for both hospitals, for Maimonides and Mount Sinai. Maimonides recommended ACT, and please don't ask me to pronounce what those medications are. You will probably know them. and it will be 4 treatments of AC once every other week, and then 4 treatments of T, that's Taxol. I do know that one. 4 treatments of that also every other week. So that would have been 8 weeks every other week, which would have been like what, 4 months? Now, the Mount Sinai doctor recommended the 4 treatments of AC every other week, but then 12 treatments of T. That was 12 treatments of T once a week, which will put the entire chemotherapy for 5 months. So that would be 5 months of chemotherapy of me here in New York. I don't know if I mentioned, but I live in New York, but I was selling my home during this process, as I was finding out. I was selling my home in New York. So not only was I going through chemotherapy, but I'm also selling New York. I had to pack the house, ship things to Puerto Rico, which is where I live with my boyfriend. So then I needed to get a new apartment, which is where I'm at now, unpack and get settled. So things have moved very different, which what I was planning. And I had to settle into a new apartment, and I wanted to make sure that I was settled in before I started chemotherapy. At the time of the recording, I still have not closed on my home, but I moved out and I'm in my new place because I want comfort. I want to just be with ease. This is the word I'm using during this journey with chemotherapy and this cancer journey is ease. It's the word, ease. I want it easy. I don't want unnecessary struggles, right? So, biopsy, surgeon, oncologist, because after the oncology, you have to do other tests. I also had an MRI done because I wanted to make sure that there was nothing else that was missed. So in between all of that, there was also the MRI. And then now I'm decided to get the Mediport, which was the recommendation from the doctors and the nurses. There's an echocardiogram that's been done today. And because we're going through COVID, I'm getting a COVID test done as well. Because that's what happens, right? It is all of the things. And I've decided to do this channel because of the journey that I'm going through. It's so different. I'm going through it during COVID. What my friend went through 12 years ago is different than what I'm going through right now. And I hope that I provide you with some information of what's happening, of what I'm thinking, and that your journey is easy as well. Whether you just found out that you had cancer or it's recurring again, I'm sorry. And, I hope that your journey is one of peace and ease and health at the end. I will see you in other videos. In the meantime, be easy.